Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. I know some of you might be really confused right now and probably wondering who the hell is this person and why am I subscribed to this channel. But this page used to be called Diet Soda, and I used to strictly do videos on the fat acceptance community until I realized how much I hated talking about the same topic over and over again, because I literally came across so many things that I wanted to talk about but I couldn't because my entire channel was about fat people. But don't get me wrong, I definitely will be talking about some of those topics in the future, so make sure you guys stay subscribed for that. But I just desperately needed a place where I can dump all of my thoughts and opinions about some of the shit that I've been seeing lately. So basically I wanted to switch things up a little because I don't want to limit myself to one topic. So moving forward, the channel will be called Mercury's Internet instead of Diet Soda, and we'll be talking about whatever comes across my algorithm. But trust me, you guys will not be disappointed, because not to brag or anything, I actually come across really good shit, so but anyway, with that being said, let's move on with today's topic, because if your attention span is anything like mine, you probably just want to get on with today's video, which is actually the smoothest transition that I can do right now, because we actually are talking about somebody who's a big back, but the video is just not about her weight. So Big Back Brenay and Bubble Butt Timmy were both invited onto the Tamron Hall show to talk about the lawsuit, their relationship of sin, and the lack of morals that they both possess. And for those of you that don't know the entire story, let me give you guys a quick breakdown so you can keep up. So Brenay is a TikToker with 2 million followers, and Tim is an unemployed man with no personality and a criminal record. Both of them used to be married to these two people. Their names are Devin and Akira, and at one point they all used to be best friends. And whenever Brenay would make content for TikTok, they would all appear in the videos. And to everyone on the outside, it pretty much seemed like a very normal, loving and supportive friend group, until Brenay and Tim decided that they hated their partners and ended up cheating on their spouses with each other. Devin and Akira found out about the affair, and since they live in North Carolina, Akira was able to use a state law that allows spouses to sue for alienation of affection, and she basically took Brenay's big behind to court and won. So now Brenay has been ordered to pay $1.75 million to Akira for being a homewrecker. Obviously there's a lot more to the story, but if I had to go into every single detail, we'll probably be here forever, so let's just focus on the interview for now, which a lot of people were mad about. But honestly, I was taking notes because I figured it was a win-win situation for a couple of reasons. Like, she was either going to go on there and make herself look even more guilty, which she arguably did, and if the show paid her to be there, then she's essentially making money for Akira, so either way is going to the same place and we all have something to laugh at. So the first thing that made me laugh was when she was talking about the verdict and how shocked she was when she lost, which is so crazy to me because literally everyone knew that she was going to lose.
When I heard the verdict, I had no emotion. I didn't feel anything at that time, mainly because I'm still trying to process what actually happened, especially because I came to court with facts.
Brenay literally turned up to court in a bad wig and clothes that some of us wouldn't wear to do gardening work, to represent herself, with no legal team and like 5 sheets of paper with evidence to present to the jury. But Akira's team came with hundreds of text messages, videos and social media posts, so Brenay literally didn't stand a chance because she simply wasn't prepared, and even if she was prepared, she still would have lost because the evidence just spoke for itself. Tamron Hall then goes ahead and asks her why she thinks that the jury ruled in Akira's favor, and her answer just made me realize how delusional she's always been.
The jury agreed with her. Why do you think your argument wasn't persuasive?
It's easy to paint out a villain in someone's story, but I know that I didn't cause a happy home to break. I know I didn't take the children from their dad. I know I didn't do those things.
She's lying so much she doesn't even know what she's saying. Of course you didn't take the children away from the father, you took the father out of the household and you broke up a happy marriage. It may not have been perfect, not everybody's marriage is perfect, but you were definitely instrumental in breaking down that household, and you can deny it all you want to, but clearly the evidence is there. It's all over her TikTok. She was more interested in having a relationship with Tim than she was interested in having a relationship with Devin. And I think the worst part is that she's trying so hard to be soft-spoken, like that's going to change the public's perception of her. You still have to pay Akira that money, you already got the man and you've married him allegedly, so what's the point in doing all of this? Because we already know that you've been plotting to get him for years. And so now that she needs to pay $1.75 million for a man that looks like this, I just know that Tamron was sitting there just desperate to ask the one question that everyone wants to know the answer to: was he worth it?
Was this love worth over $1 million if you have to pay it?
Honestly, no. It's not worth over $1 million, but he's worth it, is what I can say. He's worth it.
Now when I heard this, I was cracking up because I think I understand where she's coming from, right? Because it's like she's saying that she wouldn't mind paying a little $5,000 for him, but never $1.7 million. Because let's be real, no side piece is worth that money. Even if you're married to him, he's still not worth it, especially considering the fact that she'll still have to pay for it even if they ever got a divorce. And the funniest part is that she didn't even know that North Carolina had the alienation of affection law, so she really thought that she would just steal someone's man for free.
Did you know a statute like that exists?
No.
She genuinely thought that there would be zero financial consequences. So I think she's just saying that she's just mad that she got hit with the bill on the way out. And I don't even think that Bubble Butt Timmy feels any regret, because when Tamron asked him whether or not he feels bad or somewhat responsible for what happened, he did everything but answer the question directly and went straight into the usual speech of,
"We know what happened and we know what the truth is."
1.75.
Yeah.
Do you feel any sense of, I don't know, not in a court of law, but in your heart, like she's now facing this? She has the scarlet letter and she's got the bill.
I mean, honestly, I know she doesn't deserve it. All the hate, all the lies is just absolutely crazy. And like she said, like, I know what actually happened. We know what the truth is.
At this point, I don't even know if Tim is just stupid or if he just didn't understand the question, because he was asked how he feels about Brenay paying his ex-wife, but he was focusing on the backlash that she was getting, and that completely sidesteps the issue. Because do you feel bad or not? Like, that was a question. Do you feel bad, especially considering the fact that you don't even have any money to help pay for it yourself?
But it doesn't change this thing, this judgment now that she's facing. And the headline, when you see the headline, 90% of them, honestly, were her face with the number.
Yeah. I mean, it's not over.
Yeah, he doesn't care. It actually seems like both of them are just barely hanging on to this relationship, because I'm sure that they both thought that they would leave their spouses with zero consequences and repercussions. But from the looks of this interview, it seems like they feel obligated to stay and just make the most out of a situation, because they've dug themselves into the hole that they just can't get out of. Like, Brenay knows that the lawsuit and the public humiliation isn't worth going through for someone like Tim, and Tim probably hates his life right now because he ran to Brenay and her money only for the money to now be transferred to the woman he ran away from, which is just crazy. But speaking of which, Akira announced her pregnancy with her boyfriend, and it's got a lot of people talking. There's an overwhelming number of people who are supporting and congratulating her, and then there's a few people who are saying that she moved on too fast, or they're saying that she's being petty in the way that she announced her pregnancy. Now, if you guys don't know, back in July, well before the divorce was final, Brenay and Tim went to Build-A-Bear, and Brenay created a bear with Tim's last name, and you can tell that she was trying to antagonize Akira, or at the very least she was trying to fill a void because she really wants to have children. But because of that, people are insinuating that Akira was trying to be shady by announcing her pregnancy through Build-A-Bear. But this is a real pregnancy. This is a real pregnancy announcement with a real baby. Like, this isn't pretend a baby bear or manifest a baby bear. This is her real life, and a lot of people do this. But what I don't see a lot of people doing is buying a bear with somebody else's husband and pretending that they have a child together. That's unhinged and petty in my opinion, so I'm not sure why some people are criticizing Akira for it, especially as I know she has nothing to gain out of antagonizing Brenay, because she has the majority of the public on her side, a good working man, a real support system with family and friends, and soon she's gonna have access to all the money she makes. So there's absolutely nothing to gain in kicking someone whilst they're down, especially as Brenay struggles with getting pregnant. So I'm willing to bet that Akira wasn't trying to make her feel bad about that when she was posting her pregnancy announcement. What I have noticed though is that a certain number of people are creating this narrative that Akira got pregnant on purpose just so she can get back at Tim and Brenay.
And I guess that was supposed to be like a slap in the face to Brenay and Tim, like, oh, I got me a new man and I'm having a baby. But that's not the flex that y'all be thinking that it is.
And I think that's a crazy thing to assume, because just look at them. If there was a game to be played, Akira won a long time ago, because she got rid of a man that has nothing going for himself and a so-called friend that does nothing but eat all day. I'm sure she looks at them and feels so much relief having left all of that behind, because they're literally like the biggest idiots on the platform right now, and I'm sure she's come to terms with everything, especially considering the fact that it's been almost 3 years since the separation and her man was probably right there through most of it. So I don't think she did this to get back at them. A child is a big responsibility, and for those of you that don't know, she actually lost a child during this whole situation with her ex-husband, so I'm willing to bet that she sees all of this as a blessing and an opportunity for a new start with the man that she loves. And then there's people who have an issue with Akira posting the announcement on the same day as the interview, and I feel like you guys are mad at the wrong person.
Akira posting those pregnancy pictures yesterday, or her gender reveal yesterday, on the same day that Brenay and Tim went on the Tamron Hall show, is petty.
Because Brenay was so excited to go on national television to discuss the destruction of this woman's marriage, and it's like you guys expect Akira to be respectful and to somehow let Brenay have her moment.
Hey y'all, so of course we was on the Tamron Hall show, period poo, our very first TV appearance. Y'all, it was such a time had, but yeah, honestly, this is nothing but a blessing for us, like, and it's not done.
She's literally talking about this TV appearance like it's something that they work for, all, the only reason why you were invited on the show in the first place is because of Akira, because of the lawsuit, and because you basically tried to destroy that woman's life. I'm just wondering, where were all these people when Brenay was talking about Akira online for 2 years, or when Tim's infidelity caused her to have a miscarriage, or when Brenay posted her kids online even though she was told not to? I'm just wondering, where were all those opinions when Brenay was being petty with Akira?
Alright, how do I feel about her keeping wanting to keep the last name? That's her decision. She's gonna be the Miss Montague and I'm gonna be the Mrs. Montague.
She literally spent so much time making videos like that just to get a reaction from Akira, and she's still doing it today because Brenay is the only one with something to prove and the only one that desired Akira's life and husband, not the other way around. Because while Brenay was monitoring her every move and copying everything she does, Akira was working hard, looking after her kids and trying to heal from a man that was really a burden more than anything else. So I'm pretty sure she's not thinking about those two idiots. She literally doesn't owe her anything, and I feel like she should be allowed to post her business when she feels like it, but that's just me personally. I don't understand why you guys are so mad at her and not Brenay, but then I don't know. I feel like there's always going to be someone who's going to find something to be mad at. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I don't really think it's any of our business, but I am curious to hear what you guys think. So if you were in Akira's position, would you consider having a baby right now, or would you rather wait a little bit longer? And how do you feel about Brenay and Tim being on the show? Because I think Akira should have been the one interviewed instead, but I'm willing to bet that they probably thought that bringing the homewrecker on instead would probably bring in way more views, which is sad, but you know what people are like. But anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I know that some of you are subscribed for my older content, so I hope that this change isn't too disappointing, but make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely let me know what you think about the new direction of my channel, because I was honestly a little bit nervous putting this out, so I'd appreciate any feedback because I definitely want to improve my channel and start posting a lot more, especially as I had to delete a few of my videos. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.